everybody. Today we're at a safari, and if we get 10K, we'll do another video like this. You better share this video, like and subscribe, and we'll be going here again next time if we get 10K. And this is the logo in Kingman.
Look guys, monkeys!
If he grabs anything, just watch out. He doesn't have the best aim, but he does try. I thought the vehicle was moving for a second. That was scary. Alright, so his first habitat, that is Max, and then he has a girl in there named Lola. Max is the lighter colored one. Lola is the darker one somewhere in the back, the little devil horns. So monkeys are very possessive animals. If you're a guy, usually the girls will love you, and if you're a girl, usually the guys will love you, is how it typically goes. So Lola in particular, the darker one with devil horns, she had a female owner who decided to bring over her boyfriend, and Lola got very, very jealous. She wanted the boyfriend to herself. So she went up to her female owner and she ripped the lady's ear halfway off. So that lady did have to go in and have partial reconnective surgery to have her ear put back on. As far as I know, she's doing just fine, but that's when she decided she didn't want to own a monkey anymore. Max, on the other hand, I don't know what kind of toy he has, the lighter colored one, he was just very, very destructive. He destroyed the family's home one too many times. They finally had enough. He would get in the garbage, shred pillows, blankets, almost anything he could get his hands on, he would just destroy it. So he finally did rehome him as well. Lola is around 34. Max is about 19-ish. These guys in the wild can live to be about 25. In captivity, they could possibly make to like 40 or 50. Usually you can like double that number in captivity because they don't have the outside wild elements to affect them. This guy next door is Roscoe. He is our white-faced capuchin. Roscoe has a similar story to Lola, where he got very, very jealous of a couple getting too close to each other, and he decided to go up to the man and bite him in the face. The response of that family was to take Roscoe in and have all of his teeth surgically removed. So Roscoe does not have any teeth. He is very smart though. These guys all have the intelligence of about a 3-year-old, so we actually don't have to do anything special to his food to help him eat it. He will figure it all out himself. If it's like an apple, a carrot, or a cucumber, he'll kind of shred it with his fingernails and eat the shreds. If it's like a cereal, he'll soak it in his cheek until it's mushy enough to eat it. We actually used to blend it up for him until we found out that he was trading food with Max and Lola and getting their normal food. So then we realized we didn't have to blend it up anymore, so he figures it all out on his own. A monkey's first line of defense is showing their teeth. When it looks like they're smiling at you, it's actually a form of aggression. They're saying, look at my teeth, I can bite you, get away from me. Roscoe doesn't have that anymore, so he resorts to other ways of showing aggression, like throwing things or giving the dirtiest looks. When he glares at people. So he'll probably glare at us the whole way as we go around and talk about the other monkeys. He gets very upset that we're not talking about him anymore.
Look guys, it's a monkey with a blanket.
Even if it's 120 degrees, that's usually how he is. That is his coping mechanism. It makes him feel better. As long as he's happy with it, we're just going to leave him be. He does get a fresh, clean blanket every single day. All of our macaques here on the property came to us from a hoarding situation where this lady's home was raided for a drug bust. When they entered the property, they found over 170 animals on the property as well, all kept inside her apartment. I'm not sure the exact location, but I know it was in Mojave Valley somewhere. So they believe she had some type of black market auctioning type of thing going on with these guys. They were all kept in very poor conditions. The monkeys in particular, they were kept in these tiny little 3-foot by 3-foot cages, and they were in them for so long that their locks were rusted shut and they had a couple inches of their own feces beneath them. Carlos in particular, he was in that tiny little cage where he used to have a girlfriend, but his girlfriend was so far deceased that she was a skeleton at the bottom of the cage. So of course we couldn't keep her, we did have to remove her from him. Ever since then, he is usually very self-destructive unless he has his blanket. For some reason, the blanket calms him down. Without the blanket, he'll kind of freak out, he'll beat himself up, he'll bite himself, scratch himself, and just be very mean to himself. The blanket works to keep him calm, so we'll just keep giving him a blanket. As long as he feels better with it, we're okay with that. We always get asked, why don't we give him another girlfriend? That is mainly right now because all the monkeys we have by themselves are all boys. We can't put all the boys together. They probably all just beat themselves up, beat each other up. But if we were to get more females coming into our park, monkey-wise, we would try to match them up for our boys as best as we could, and hopefully everybody would have a friend. It all kind of just depends. Carlos in particular, he's just a very stressed out monkey. Everything kind of sets him off and freaks him out. So we honestly don't think he would be okay with having another girlfriend. But we would definitely try it, and we would hope that he would be okay with it so that he could have a friend. But if not, that's just up to him. He's hiding. He's like, I'm gone. That's usually how we find him. 120-degree weather, that's how you'll find him.
On the little hand.
They said our food is coming.
Alright. So having 3 tigers living together is pretty awesome. Like I said, these guys are naturally solitary, so it's pretty cool that we're able to have 3 of them living together. Part of the reason why we're able to do this is because these guys are all siblings. They're all brothers and sisters. They have been together since they were cubs and have stayed together since. Also because they are all fixed, it does help with their temperaments and getting along with each other, and of course we don't want them to breed if they are related to each other. Lastly, these guys do have a hierarchy of order. They do have a top cat in here who is first to be fed. They do have a next and a last. Most of the time it works out very smoothly, but of course every now and then they want to mess it up and make each other mad, and they all kind of just sit there and yell at each other before they finally get over it. So we'll see how that hierarchy goes today. There are 2 boys and 1 girl. Of course the boys usually go first and the girl usually goes last.
I love you.
Alright, so Moses is the alpha. He usually goes to that right-handed feeding tube, which he is doing right now. He'll sit there, he'll eat his food, he won't let anybody else eat from that spot. And then Malachi will get his food at the left-handed feeding tube, he'll usually take it and run. And then Millie will get her food last, and usually she'll eat it right there. So normally that's how it works out. Pretty smooth, pretty easy. Every now and then Millie does like to challenge her brothers, and she will try to steal their food. Sometimes she does succeed, and in that time that she does, they kind of just yell, and then they get over it and they move on from it. These guys never fight. They don't ever hurt each other. If they ever did, we would have to separate them, but I believe they're around 14 years old, and they have never had a reason to be separated, so we won't separate them if we don't have to. That is how long it takes for them to eat their food. It takes like less than 5 minutes for them to eat their food. 5 minutes and it's gone. I'm going to creep forward so we can see the lovely lady on my driver's side. This is Lisa Marie. She is another tiger, but she is a golden tabby tiger. So golden tabby tigers are a very rare coloration caused from 2 recessive genes from the parents that created her. So the same 2 recessive genes that create the white Bengal tiger created her coloration. There are, I believe, less than 30 in the entire world that look like her, so this is probably the only one you guys will ever see. She is absolutely gorgeous. It's called a ghost stripe, where her stripes are orange rather than black. So I believe she is still on the younger side. I want to say around 5, I think is what they determined her age was, around 5. So she is still pretty young, so she does still get playful when food comes. As you guys saw, she was probably stalking the feeder as my feeder was coming up to give her food. So she has the biggest crush on the guy next door, and I don't blame her. When we see him, you'll see why. So she is another cat from the Tiger King. She makes 2 out of those 7. I have not found it myself, but I was told if you were to watch the show, handsome neighbor, he'll make his way around as soon as my keeper gets up here with his food. This is Dakara. Dakara is, I believe, around 17 years old, so he's getting up there in age, and he is one of 2 lions that we have on our property right now. As you can see, this is why she has the biggest crush on him. He is he's so gorgeous. Anyways, Dakara came to us from a place up in South Dakota called Spirit of the Hills. Due to lack of money, Spirit of the Hills got shut down. Their fence lines were literally falling down. Their animals grew thin because they weren't fed properly. So they ended up failing their inspection. They were given 30 days to either euthanize everybody on property or to find everybody a home. So they gave us a call saying, hey, we have a semi-truck full of big cats. Do you want them? Of course, Jonathan said yes. So they showed up, I believe it was like 9 days later, with a semi-truck full of big cats, including Dakara. So cool thing about Dakara, we actually have a picture of Dakara in our care center when he was at Spirit of the Hills, and he had a dog's best friend. He was actually raised with a dog. So a lot of times when other facilities are more hands-on with their animals, when they actually go inside the cages with them and they handle them, they touch them, a lot of times they'll act... All right. So this is Rico. His tongue always hangs out of his mouth. We don't know why. That's the way that he came to us. It always kind of just hangs there. So it just makes him look a little bit more dorky. But he is still on the younger side. He's actually turning 6 on the 26th. If you guys want to come back and see him on his birthday, it's on the 26th. I'm trying to think of something to do for him. I have no idea what. But anyways, so he does stalk the keepers as well. He is still very young, and he gets very excited when food comes. So if you guys can tell, comparing him to Dakara, his mane is a lot shorter, it's a lot blonder, and it kind of has that like mohawk look to it. That's because he's a lot younger. Turning 6, Dakara is like 10 years older than him at least. So Dakara's mane's a lot longer, a lot fuller, a lot darker. So they actually did an interesting study where they took 2 male stuffed lions, one of a short blonde mane, one of a long dark mane, and they gave a group of lionesses in there to flirt with them. The females actually wanted nothing to do with the short blonde mane males. They only came out to flirt with the long dark mane males. So in the lion world, the older you are, the more attractive you are. They see that as they lived that long. They're a good father to their children. They know how to take care of themselves. They know how to put her on a diet to try to lose some of that weight. And since then, that skin is just there. So she's not pregnant. She's never been pregnant. So like I said, due to lack of money, Spirit of the Hills, that's Dakara.
I hear it.
Spirit of the Hills got shut down. Their fence lines were literally falling down. Our fence lines here at Keepers, they are 12 feet tall. They 3-foot tip in. If Daisy was very young and athletic, she could probably scale that fence with no problem. Although that 3-foot tip in confuses them. So if any of the cats are able to get to the top of the fence line, they don't know how to climb up and around the curve of the fence. So it does keep everybody inside. Daisy's also not very young and athletic. I believe she's around the same age as the car, about 16 or 17. So she's very content for life here at the park. She's very used to room service. She never climbs anything. Being born and raised in captivity, I don't think she even knows how to climb. The highest we ever see her go is either on that platform or that den box inside her den area. That's about it.
These bears are brothers. These are emails. These are emails. Emails? Emails? Look, it's a reindeer. Reindeer. Thank you everyone for watching, and we went to the gift shop and this is what I got. His name is Wuffy. Bye. Bye everybody.